Okay, very good morning to all of you and welcome back. So this is a different morning, I'm sure. Reason being that Saturday सबको दिमाग में होगा कि आराम से उठेंगे, है ना, 9 बजे 10 बजे और फिर मजे करेंगे, आराम से लेटे हुए टीवी के सामने ब्रेकफास्ट करेंगे, है ना। अगर किसी ने कल आईपीएल का मैचेस मिस कर दिया तो उसके हाइलाइट्स भी देख लेंगे, वगैरह वगैरह। तो सबके अपने अपने अलग अलग होते हैं, है ना। बट सब उन प्लान्स पे थोड़ा पानी फिर गया होगा, है ना। चलो कोई नहीं, it's just a matter of 1 or 2 Saturdays ago, maybe next Saturday also. So थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर लो and after that it will be permanently 5-day week, don't worry. Classes will be on 5 days only. Plus वैसे भी अगर देखा जाए तो तुम लोग का तो थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स शेड्यूल वैसे भी है। अब बताओ क्यों? Today we are going to continue with our discussion. I'm going to ask a question and maybe if you want you can solve it by using binomial theorem, isn't it? The question is as like this, that let's say there is a sphere of suppose radius 20 centimeter, fine, and this radius is increasing. So this radius is increasing at the rate of, so the radius is continuously increasing, continuous at the rate of 0.01 millimeter per second. So the increment rate is not very massive. It is increasing very slowly, but it is increasing. Okay, but very, very slowly. Because you can see 0.01 millimeter is actually very small. So the question is that at this moment, when the radius is 20 centimeters, so find the rate of increasing surface area and B is volume of the sphere. Now that's the question. So I'm going to give you around half a minute or so, or maybe maximum 1 minute. So that's what probably you'll need. And go ahead and solve it quickly. By the way, it's a solid sphere. It is a solid sphere. Right? It's a solid sphere, and we're supposed to find out the rate of change of the rate of the increase of surface area and volume of the sphere. Yeah, go ahead. Don't need to get the values of pi and all, so you can answer in terms of pi. That's perfectly fine. Saksham has given the answer of 16 pi millimeter square per second. Navansh has given the answer of 16 pi into 10 to the power minus 6, probably millimeter per second. Or is it centimeter per second? I mean centimeter square per second. Actually, you're giving the answer in meters. SI unit. Chalo, take it, no issues. And the other answer is 16 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Okay. Shashwat, you are giving the answer is 16 pi millimeter per second. Well, millimeter cannot be the answer. It has to be millimeter square per second because you are giving the answer for surface area. So area has to be like square. So either you give the answer in terms of millimeter square or centimeter square. Choice is yours. Fine. So 16 pi seems to be the buzzword. That's more or less the answer given in most of the cases. Sanvi also has answered the same thing. 16 pi into 10 to the power minus 4 centimeter square per second. Pearl 16 pi millimeter square per second. Vansh also 16 pi. Akshat 0.48 pi. Now that is for the volume part. Okay. Chalo, ठीक है. Let's approach it mathematically as per the basics of what binomial theorem allows us to do. So if I look at the surface area right now, S, that is equal to 4 pi r square, isn't it? I mean sphere. So a sphere has an area of 4 pi r square. So that's what we're getting. And if I increase the surface area, so S plus delta S, means how much is the increment? That's what I want to know. So it will become equal to 4 pi r plus delta r whole square. By the way, just for your information, you might be already aware, but still I'm just informing, and that is delta is often used for the change. So delta x means change in X. So delta Z means change in Z. So delta is a notation which is often used, so I'm also using that. So S plus delta, that is the new S, is equal to 4 pi. Now what I can do is that I can take out R square as common. So it will become 1 plus delta R by R whole square, and that is equal to, so S is already there, isn't it? S into, so S is already there, into 1 plus, okay. Now delta R by R is very small. So I can take it as 1 plus X to the power n. So it will become 1 plus 2 times delta R by R. So that will be equal to S plus 2 delta R by R into S. Now how much is S? 4 pi R square. So 4 pi R square. So the change is this one. The change is basically this one, isn't it? So the delta S, that is a change in area, will be equal to 1 R gets cancelled. So it is 8 pi R delta. Okay. Now let us do one thing. Suppose we are assuming that this is happening in a very small interval of delta t. Suppose we are assuming that this is happening over a very small interval of delta t. Then, if I divide both sides by delta t, what do I get? Isn't it? I will get delta S by delta t is equal to 8 pi R into delta R by delta t. Now, what is delta S by delta t? This is nothing but the rate of change of surface area. What is delta R by delta t? Delta R by delta t is nothing but the rate of change in radius. So the question is asking rate of change increase in the surface area. So that's what the question is asking. And we have quantified in this form. So it will become equal to 8 by R into delta R by delta t. That is nothing but the rate of increase of the radius. See here. So I should write it here. I've already told, but then I didn't write it. Radius is increasing at the rate of 0.01 millimeter per second. So 8 pi R into delta R by delta t. So I can now do one thing. 8 pi. Now R is how much? 20. If I write in millimeter, 10. Into delta R by delta t is basically 0.01. So 0.01. So 20, this guy gets over. So that is 16 pi. 16 pi millimeter square per second. So those who are given answer 16 pi millimeter per second were all correct. You might also write the answer in centimeter square as well. Centimeter square as well. It's your choice, no issues. But if you want to give in millimeter square per second, then this is the answer, 16 pi. Fine. Okay, so that was about your surface area. Now let's shift to volume. Okay. So if I look at the volume part, then what will happen? So I have to change all these. So the volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. That's the volume of a sphere. If I change the volume, so V plus delta V is equal to 4 by 3 pi R plus delta R whole cube. So that will be equal to 4 by 3 pi. Now if I take out R common and then bring it outside the cube, we're going to get 4 by 3 pi R cube into 1 plus delta R by R whole cube. Now this is nothing but volume V, original. So V into 1 plus, now here we apply Van Helmont theorem. So 1 plus x to the power n. So it becomes 1 plus 3 into delta R by R. Okay. I did get some answers. Let me just quickly go through some of the answers for volume. Akshat gave the answer as 0.48. Arhan has given 16 pi into 6. No, 16 pi. Achha, that was for area. Saksham has given 160 pi millimeter cube. Okay, Dhruv has given 1600 pi millimeter cube per second. Okay, different answers, I mean. Different answers. Okay, chalo, koi baat nahi. I'm just getting it sorted out. I mean, just solving it. So maybe we can just discuss. Okay, so that will be equal to V plus, now V is 4 by 3 pi r cube into 3 into delta r by r. So 3 will get cancelled. So this will be essentially the delta V bar, means the change in volume, because V originally was already there. So this is the change in volume. So we can write delta V, that is the change in volume, as equal to 4 pi. Now R will get cancelled. So 4 pi R square into delta. Now that is the change in the volume. Okay. Akshat has now given a new answer, that is 1600 pi millimeter cube per second. Okay. Now 3-4 people have now started giving the answer as 1600 pi millimeter cube per second. Okay. I'm just waiting for the actual answer. Maybe that is the answer. I mean, so 4 pi, now R is 20 square. But maybe I can write it as 20 square into 10 square. If I want to write in millimeter cube, isn't it? Into delta R. Now delta R is 0.01. Again, the same thing, that is, if I want to find out rate of change, it will be delta V by delta T and delta R by delta T. So this is the rate of change of volume. And this is the rate of change of radius, delta R by delta T, which I am writing as 0.0 because it's given in millimeter. Fine. Okay. Now that is equal to, so 10 square and this gets cancelled. So 20 square is like 400 into 4, 1600 pi millimeter cube per second. Now there is a comment from Dhruv, and Dhruv has said, but I've used a differentiation. You know, yesterday the question that I had given, वो जो ball dropping वाला था, उसमें जरूरी थोड़ी कि तुम binomial use करो. Who is saying that you compulsory use binomial करो? No, not at all. जो yesterday का question दिया था ना मैंने कि वो 5 सेकंड बाद कुछ 0.002 सेकंड में, तो yesterday उस क्वेश्चन का आंसर तो इस तरीके से भी निकल जाएगा. Half into 10 into 5.0002 का whole square minus 5 square. So that's the distance. So this you can do in the form of a square minus b square also. So a plus b will be around 10 and a minus will be around 0.0002. So I'm not saying that this is the only way to solve the question. But I didn't solve it by using this method yesterday. I solved it by binomial theorem. So because I was just saying that, okay, fine, because we are discussing binomial theorem, why not use that as the backdrop of the present thought process and solve it using the method logic. That was the only reason. Otherwise, any question can be approached sometimes in a variety of ways and maybe sometimes superior to what we're doing. Okay, but because we were discussing binomial theorem, so I was saying that because we have discussed this theorem, that is 1 plus x to the power n is approximately 1 plus nx. So I was suggesting why not use this to solve the question. That's the only reason. There is no other reason as such. Fine. Chalo, so that's about your volume. So rate of change of surface area and rate of change of volume can be found out like this. Also, I would give you one more question for homework, but this is for homework. So solve it and The question is on similar lines. The question is that, let's say there is a cylinder in which the h is constant. So the height of the cylinder is a constant, but the radius is increasing. So this is a radius that is equal to 20 centimeter. Let's say the height is equal to 40 centimeter. Okay. And the radius is increasing at the rate of 0.004 millimeter per second. So again, the question is the same, but this is for homework. So maybe you can just get the solution and maybe after that send it across. The height is constant. So find the rate of, it's a solid cylinder, mind. It's not a hollow cylinder, some kind of a paper frame. No, it's a solid cylinder. So find the rate of change in A, surface area, and B, volume. So the question is essentially the same. The data is slightly different, and of course the shape is quite different. Shape is a cylinder. Okay. So this is our homework. Please solve it and send it to the same number. Send a pic of the solution to the same number that I've given you. I've in fact included that number in the group also. This number. Okay. 955565645. This number. So solve it and send it to this number. Okay. But that's for homework. Now let's change gears. Our discussion on binomial theorem is as such over. We are not going to discuss any more binomial theorem. What we are now going to discuss is the next mathematical tool, and that is log. Okay. Logarithm as an approach, as a mathematical tool, is actually called as some kind of a transformation. Transformation means a relationship written in a different form. Different form. That's the key. Transformation. Logarithm was introduced or devised by a mathematician called John Napier. Excuse me, and that's why it is also sometimes called as Naperian log. Just give me a second. That's a Naperian log. So he introduced the idea of what is called as logarithm. It's a big name, so we call it in short as log. Now, what is log exactly? Log is actually a relationship of index form written in a slightly different way. Now, a relationship in index form typically will be like this. For example, so in index form, we write a relationship, let's say, as 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1000. So the way we read is that this is the base of the number, this is the index of the power, and this is the result of the manipulation. That is the index manipulation, the result is 1000. This same relation is written in log form also. So the same relationship in log form will be log. Now here we write what is called as number, here we write what is called as base. So log 1000 to the base 10. So this is how we read it. Log 1000 to the base 10 is equal to 3. So basically the answer of a log, is the power by which the base has to be raised to get the number. So the relationship is slightly written in different format. So like 10 to the power 3000, here 10 to the power 3 is 1000. That's the circular nature relationship. Okay. But you know, the base need not be 10. It can be other base also. So another example is that, again index form. Suppose I say 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. So therefore, the log form of that will be log 81 base 3 is equal to 4. So 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. So that same relationship goes on. That is essentially the idea of log. So a general log, so in general, a log form will be like this. Log A base B is equal to C implies B to the power C is equal to A. That's what the meaning is. So if the log form is this, then the index form is this. So this is the index form. This is the log. Okay. So log A base B is equal to C, and the index form is B to the power C is equal to A. However, while defining log, there are some mathematical restrictions that are put in. So in this case, there are restrictions. Restrictions are that A as well as B has to be both positive. So you cannot define log for either number or base as negative number. So it is defined only for positive. So in this context, index form and log form do not tally. Because in index, you have negative numbers also. No issues with that. But in log, you cannot have negative numbers. For example, in index form, you can write minus 2 to the power 3 is equal to minus 8. So that is a valid expression in index form. But a corresponding log form is not available. Why? Because the number is minus 8, that is negative, and the base, which is going to be minus 2, that is also negative, not allowed. So that's a restriction put in log form. So therefore, index is a broader, relationship. Log is a slightly restricted relationship in the sense that neither the number nor the base, number, base, okay, can be negative. So it has to be positive, not even 0. That's the first restriction. Second restriction is a slightly obvious one, and that is B cannot be equal to 1. So when B is greater than 0, don't think that 1 is allowed, 1 is not allowed. So these are the three restrictions that are there. But I think the second restriction, that is B not equal to 1, is an obvious one. Why? Because let's see, if I ask you the question, log 5 base 1 is equal to how much? Now how will you answer that? Because 1 to the power something is equal to 5. Now how much is that? There is no such number. So this is not defined. So in base, 1 is also not allowed for obvious reasons. Okay. So that was the introduction to a basic idea of a log. Interestingly, log is more used in chemistry, but at times, especially during our last mathematical tool that we'll be discussing is calculus. There you will see that often we get expressions related to log. So at that time, then we have to again divert our attention to a new mathematical form, that is log. To avoid that, we're just studying the basic aspects of log. Okay. Now, there are certain relationships also when it comes to log. Those relationships are derived from index relationship. But I'm not going to the derivations and all. That would like unnecessarily waste our time, kill our time. I'm only writing down the basic relationships that we require. There are some more advanced relationships also in case of log, but that we are not taking up right now. That you will study in due course of time in your maths classes. Okay, so I'm giving you the basic laws of it. So laws pertaining to log, okay, or rules or relationship, whatever we call. Log A base B plus log C base B. So if the base is B, let's say the numbers are A and C, then the combined you get is log AC base B. Then this is an addition, there's a subtraction also. Log A base B minus log C base B is obviously equal to log A by C base B. So this is how we combine log in the addition and the subtraction form. There's a power relationship also, that is log b to the power log a to the power m base b. Okay. Log a to the power m base b is equal to m a base b. So this is addition law, subtraction law, and power law. There's one more called as base changer law. Okay, so base changer. Because see, it's not necessary that you have to handle only one base that is given in the particular question. If you want, or if the question demands or it is required, we can also change the base. Now, for change of base, there is a rule, and that is log a base b can be written as log a base c. So I'm having a new base upon log b base. So log a base b is equal to log a base c upon log b base. So a and b still remains, but we now have a new base, and that is c. Obviously, when you are introducing a new base, the rules are the same, that the base or the new base has to be greater than 1, has to be greater than 0 and not equal to 1. So the rules always remain the same irrespective of the situation. Fine? Okay. Now let's understand log and visualize log. So what I will do now is that I will ask some questions to some people, and so be ready now. I can ask anybody. Okay. So I'm asking few questions now. Not everybody need to answer it. I will ask some specific person, and he has to open your mic and then answer. So log this question is for Akshat Gupta. Akshat, can you switch on your mic? Quickly answer. Yes, Akshat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, answer this question.
Sir, 4.
4. Okay, the answer question now goes on to Aryan.
Sir, 8.
8. Okay. The question now moves on to Karthik. Karthik, what's your answer?
Sir, 8 only.
Okay. Lakshya? Lakshya Gupta? Lakshya Gupta? Okay, now you change the answer. So Akshat has changed the answer. Okay, some more answers are coming up in the Zoom chat also. But actually, I was wanting to know who is active. Sanvi Goyal?
Yes, sir. 8.
What's the answer is 8?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sanvi, can you explain your answer? Wait, how do you get the answer is 8?
Sir, 81 is root 3 to the power 6. Sorry, it's to the power 8.
Root 3 to the power 8. That's right. Because the way to visualize a log is that what power of root 3 should I take so that it gives me 81? Now, because it's a very simple question, so you can even visualize and get the answer. So root 3 to the power 2 is 3, and then 3 to the power 4 is 81. So like you can make it a two-step process also, or else you can even straight away visualize that root 3 to the power 8 is 81. Whichever method actually suits your mind or your thinking process. Doesn't matter. The net result is that it will be 8 and not 4. So a hurried conclusion. Oh, Lakshya, I wasn't able to unmute. क्यों क्या हो गया? Unmute करने में क्या दिक्कत आ गई? चलो कोई बात नहीं. So like that's the first question. Let's take one or two more and have a feel of what we're exactly discussing. Okay, the next question goes to Shivraj. Shivraj, answer it fast. Shivraj Chaudhary. Shivraj Chaudhary, can you switch on your mic? Okay, Akshat has already given an answer. Par has also given an answer, but that is through. Oh, again, mic problem. Is सबका mic ही problem हो रहा है? Shivraj has just responded. चलो कोई बात नहीं, Shivraj, mic problem might be there, but at least give the answer. Maybe through Zoom message. In the meanwhile, then Vansh, can you answer this? 625 by law base 5 root 5. Vansh.
Sir, 8/3.
8/3 is what Vansh has said. Okay, Lavanya said 8/3. Aviral 8/3. Saksham 8/3. Vishwas also has just given the answer 8/3. Pearl Larang 8/3. Devrat 8/3, and so on. Chalo, ठीक है. Most of them are giving the answer is 8/3 only, isn't it? Chalo, ठीक है. So like the way to understand is that this is basically 5 to the power 3/2, isn't it? So this is 5 to the power 3/2, and this is basically 5 to the power 4. So from 3/2, how do we make it 4? The power of it, isn't it? We have to multiply it by 8/3. So therefore, if I multiply it by 8/3, we will get this power from here to here. So 8/3 is the correct answer to this question. That's right. So again, maybe one or two more, and then we'll move on to something else, and that is okay. This question will go to Raghav Grover. Raghav, can you answer this question? Log 128 base 2 root 2. Quickly. (128 base 2 root 2). Raghav, quickly.
14/3.
14/3 is what Raghav says. Navansh has a different answer. Ishita has a different answer. I'm not reading it out deliberately, but I would like to go to some more. Garima, what's your answer to this?
Sir, minus 14/3.
Okay, so the answer is minus 14/3. So I think you missed out that. I think I asked whom, I forgot. I mean, but whoever answered this as 14/3. I mean, the first thing is that if I raise this by some positive power, I can never get 128. So first of all, I have to reverse it. So I have to swap the numerator and denominator. That is a power of -1 actually, isn't it? So that has to be taken care of. So another way of looking at it, see, if you want to do it formally, then we will write like this. So let's say the log value is x. So this is a formal approach. Formal approach means something like textbook kind of approach, or maybe written kind of an approach. That is a formal approach. So I can write 2 root 2, 1/2 root 2 to the power x equal to 128. Okay. Now 1/2 root 2 is what? 2 to the power minus 3/2. Isn't it? Because this is actually 2 to the power 3/2, and then if I take it above the 2 to the minus 3/2, to the power x is equal to 2 to the power 7. That's it. So therefore, minus 3x/2 is equal to 7, and therefore x equal to minus of 14/3. But that's a very formal approach, which may not be the most desirable way, at least when it comes to exams, because we like to get the answers real fast. So that way, then what I can do is that there is a power of minus 3/2, and I have to make it 7. So what should I multiply? I have to multiply it by 14/3 with a minus sign. So I have to multiply it by 14/3, but with a negative sign. So the answer will become, that will give you 7. So that's the best way to understand and visualize this concept. Fine. So that's about some few questions to understand and visualize the idea of log. So the answer of log can be negative. Please understand. Though the log number and the base is not allowed to be negative, but the answer of the log can be negative because powers can be negative. So let's not misinterpret that everything in log is positive. Not really. The number and the base is positive, but the value of the log can be negative. And we did get some negative answers here also, isn't it? 2 log values I would suggest you to remember. One is log 10 base 2. And that is equal to 0.3010, and log 10 base 3, that is equal to 0.4770. So these 2 values I would suggest you to remember, because with the help of these 2 numbers and some amount of manipulation, you can get many log values of other numbers as well. For example, if I ask you log 6, how much will log 6 be? Won't it be, sorry, I wrote it the other way around by mistake. In a hurry. So it is log 2 base 10 and log 3 base 10. By mistake, I wrote it the other way around. Chalo. So if I ask you, let's say log 6 base 10. Now log 6 base 10 is nothing but log 3 base 10 plus log 2 base 10. So I have to just add these two and I will get the answer as 0.7780. It's so simple. It's like that. And many other numbers you can easily find out. Log 4 you can find out, log 8 you can find out, log 9 you can find out, and so on. So therefore you have a way of log 10 also you can find out, because log 10 is by default 1, log 10 base 10 I mean, and so on. So like with the help of these numbers you can find out many logs just by knowing these two values. Fine. Okay, so that's the next aspect of log. The subsequent aspect of log is the graph. But before graph, I would like to introduce one more thing, is that if the base is 10, many a times the notation is slightly lessened, in the sense that let's say you have to write log 2 base 10. Many times we don't write 10. So we write just log 2. So log 2 means log 2 base 10 by default. But in log, interestingly, there is another base which is very frequently used in mathematics, and that is log to the base e. I'll just introduce e, many of you might be knowing. So let's say log 2 base e. This is a special log when the base is e, and that is written as ln. So the way we write is ln. So log 2 base e is written as ln 2. Okay, that's the standard way of writing it. Okay, ln 2. So you might say, what is e? E is actually a standard number, just like pi, constant. It's a universal constant pi. Similarly, e is also a standard number. The expansion of e is equal to 1 upon 0 factorial plus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial plus 1 upon 3 factorial plus up to infinity. So it's an infinite series with the expansion indicated by or given by 1 upon 0 factorial plus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial up to infinite number of terms. The approximate value of e is taken to be 2.73. This is the approximate value. In fact, interestingly, you know what happens? See, this is 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 2, 1 by 2.5. So if you add the first 3, it is 2.5. 1 by 3 is 1 by 6. So that's like 0.67. If you add the first, not 0.67, 0.167. So therefore, if you add the first 4 terms, you will get around 2.67. Just the first 4 terms. So 2.67 is the first 4 terms. And if you add all the other infinite number of terms, just look at the contribution. It's just around 0.6 or slightly more than 0.6. That's because the numbers become smaller and smaller very rapidly. Because the next term is actually 1 upon 24. Isn't it? So 1 upon 24 is like around 0.04 something. Then the next number is 1 upon 120. That's like 0.00 and so on. So therefore the contributions of the remaining terms, though there are infinite number of terms, but their number or the values or the contributions are extremely small. So they approximately contribute a very small amount, and the final result is approximately 2.6. This is a very important standard number when it comes to mathematics, and it's of great use in many cases. So that's why I just introduced the idea of e. So log e base is written as ln. Now the relationship between a log base and a ln base, you should remember. So ln a is equal to 2.303 log a. So if you know the value of log, you can easily get the value of ln. Okay? So ln a is equal to 2.303 times log a. Got it? Okay. Earl has indicated 0.7780. I don't know what this is for. Okay, Shashwat has also written LNE. Well, what have you written this for? I don't know. Chalo. So that was a discussion on log and its various aspects. Now we will quickly move on to graphs related to log. So log based graphs. So I want to draw a log graph. So I just this is y, this is x, and let's say y is equal to log x base 10. Okay. Now how do I really draw the graph? I have to get some points and then join them and get to know the graph. So to do that, what I do is that this is x and this is y, let's say, which is equal to log x base 10. So I deliberately take up numbers which are slightly easy to handle. For example, if I write x equal to 1, then obviously y will be 0. If I write as 10, it will be 1. If I write 100, it's 2. If I write 1000, it's 3. I think these are very obvious numbers. I think you have one look and you will understand. But that will give you only slightly higher value. What about lower values? So for lower values, I take 1 by 10. Then this will be minus 1. It is 1 by 100. It's minus 2. It is 1 by 1000. It is minus 3. So we are seeing that there is a certain trend. The trend is that as I increase the number x from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1000 and then maybe 10,000 lakh million crore, the growth in y is very slow. So when x equal to 1, log value is 0. So let that be the starting point. When x is made 10 times, the log value is growing only by 1. So there is a growth of 9 in x, but the growth of y is only 1. From here to here, the growth of x is 90, or you can say 10 times, but the growth of y is only by 1, another 1. So from here, 100 to 1000, the growth is by 900. That's like 10 times, but here the growth is only 1. Now, if you go to the other side, it is 10, 1 by 10 to minus 1. It is reduced by 10 times, but this is reducing by only 1. So that's the trend. Now, if I capture the trend of what we are seeing out here on a graph, obviously when x equal to 1, okay, so the log value is 0. So it will be 0. And if it is 10, then it is 1. So it is 100, then it is like. So therefore, if you look at the overall graph will be somewhat like this. Okay. So this is a trend, I mean. So that's the graph of y is equal to log x base 10 versus x. That's the basic standard log. Now I give an exercise for all of you. Okay, exercise for all of you. Quickly do it. So on this same graph, so this is something that you have to do and send it to me across in this number that I've sent you already. Okay. In fact, save this number so that because all the communication that we will be doing with each other will be based on this number only. Now, what I'm saying is that on the same graph, plot 2 more graphs. Number 1, y is equal to log, y is equal to ln x and y is equal to log x base 30. See, had it been a very specific graph, then you would have to plot proper points. But what I'm trying to understand here is, let's draw only by the pattern. So like it should reflect, the pattern should reflect. This graph you draw like this. So let's say if the graph is like this, then draw like this. So that they all get distinguished from each other. And this graph you draw like this. Right? So let's say the graph is like this, then draw like this. So that all the three graphs get distinguished from each other, because I want all the three graphs to be plotted in the same graph. So graph of standard value is already been there. With this in the backdrop, now draw the graph of lnx and log x plus 30 and quickly send it to this number. So let's see who all are sending. Okay, some answers have started coming up. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to take the attendance. Sorry. So I have to take attendance quickly. I mean, in the meanwhile, you can start drawing the graph and start sending it to me. I will just quickly read out the names and please respond fast. Anar Verma,
Present, sir.
Adit Midha,
Present, sir.
Abhay Singh, Abhay Singh. Abhay is not there. So Akshita Mishra,
Present, sir.
Archit Srivastav, Archit. Okay. Arhan,
Present, sir.
Ashita, okay. More were there just a few minutes back. I don't know what happened. Atharva, I'm still to get the new list, but anyway, कोई बात नहीं, पुराने से ही कर लेता हूँ. Aviral,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Bhumika, Bhumika is there.
Present, sir.
Devrat,
Present, sir.
Dhruv Goyal, Dhruv Kumar and Dhruv Shandilya.
Present, sir.
Okay, I'm seeing all the three, so it's fine. I mean. Garima Kalra,
Present, sir.
Ishita,
Present, sir.
Tasleem,
Present, sir.
Karthik Jindal, Karthik Jindal, Kartika Jain,
Present, sir.
Lakshay, Lavanya Jain,
Present, sir.
Navansh,
Yes, sir.
Parth Agrawal. Parth Gupta. Parv Mehta,
Present, sir.
Pearl Narang,
Present, sir.
Raghav,
Present, sir.
Sanvi,
Present, sir.
Saksham,
Present,
okay. Shashwat Tiwari,
present, sir.
Sheesh Nigam,
Present, sir.
Shivraj Chaudhary, Shaunak.
Present, sir.
Okay, Shivraj is absent, huh? Shivraj is not there. Fine. Shaunak. Shaurya Aswal,
Present, sir.
Shubham Dubey, Stuti Upadhyay, Sumant Anand,
Present, sir.
Stuti is there. Sumant Anand is there. Utkarsh, उत्कर्ष उत्कर्ष राज वन सिंह
Present, sir.
वरुण विश्वास खट्टर
Present, sir.
यश
Present, sir.
युग okay fine so let's go ahead quickly I mean I think there must be some quite a few responses but then because I was in the attendance mode so I could not see them I'll just quickly check oh there are quite a few chalo just quickly check as much as possible but this was not the graph तो नहीं कुछ और आया oh please let me develop it fine ये आंसर तो सही आया है अविरल तुम्हारे आंसर तीनों सही है पर्ल ठीक पर्ल के भी आंसर तीनों सही है फाइन अरिंजय वेल अरिंजय मिस्ड इट अरिंजय के नाम शायद मेरे लिस्ट में ही नहीं okay yeah अरिंजय is present fine I saw it ठीक है I have not marked absent don't worry ठीक है so anyway I got the answers I mean some of the answers that have come up are correct but I was expecting more I mean I don't know why the answers have come so less okay क्वेश्चन है तो absent present messages के थ्रू भेज शिवराज is there ठीक है the thing is that we just now studied that if you want to find out ln x it has to be 2.303 times log x so therefore it has to be more so like this will be the ln1 but एक चीज है कि all the log graphs have to pass through this common point irrespective of the base and that is x equal to 1 irrespective of the base they have to pass through this point so it will be like this and then like this fine because it has to be 2.303 times the other is that because the base is larger so the numbers will be smaller isn't it so because the base is larger so the numbers will be smaller and therefore corresponding to that I will draw the graph of the log base 51 30 वाला ये हो देखो ग्राफ का नेचर वही है ठीक है so that's the difference between the okay Akshat it's fine I mean I will get that your name is not there in the vessel list but it has been finalized don't worry चलो ठीक है so that was about your log based graphs two of them or rather three of them now I'm asking you a different graph and draw these also and send me across quickly the first question is log and the second is the two graphs mod of log x base 10 and the other is log of mod x base 10. Now quickly answer this and send it to me across quickly. Y is equal to mod of log x base 10, and the other is y is equal to log of mod x base 10. Quickly draw the two graphs. किसने भेजा है? ध्रुव, दोनों ग्राफ में थोड़े थोड़े गलत है. ध्रुव, प्लीज करेक्ट इट. Do it again. Okay, Akshat, you sent only one of the graphs, and the one that you sent is correct. अक्षत, तुमने जो ग्राफ भेजे वो तो करेक्ट है. ध्रुव, तुम्हारे थोड़ा सा गलती है. Okay, this has been sent by I don't know whom. Okay, Garima, your one graph that you have sent is correct. Aviral, the answer that you have sent is correct, but you have sent only one of the graphs. I was saying draw both the graphs. So waiting for some more answers. Aryan has given a long explanation. I mean, but Aryan, instead of explaining, why don't you draw the graph and just send it across? I've given you the shade with the number and all, so you can just. अक्षत, एक सही है, दूसरा सही नहीं है. पर्ल, तुमने एक ही भेजा है, जो भेजा है वो तो सही है, पर अभी दूसरा भेजा नहीं है तुम. You know what? शिवराज, तुम्हारे एक सही है, दूसरा भी लगभग सही है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा पता नहीं क्यों सिले मिस्टेक किया है. Which is a easy thing to do. I mean. Okay, now this has been sent by Aviral. Aviral, तुम्हारे एक सही है, एक गलत. ठीक है, दूसरा ठीक करो. मैं देख रहा हूँ ज्यादातर इसी में मिस्टेक हो रहा है. I'm just waiting for a few more seconds. अविरल ने दूसरा भेज दिया, चलो देखता हूँ. आर्यन ने भी भेजे हैं, अभी देखता हूँ मैं. आर्यन, तुम्हारे ड्राइंग करने का थोड़ा तरीका गलत है, वो अलग बात है, बट देन फर्स्ट वन करेक्ट है. सेकंड वन बेटा अविरल अभी भी नहीं करेक्ट हुआ. अविरल जैन. अच्छा, आर्यन. आर्यन, तुम्हारे साथ भी यही प्रॉब्लम है, दैट इज फर्स्ट वाला करेक्ट है, सेकंड वाले में थोड़ा मिस्टेक है. एक्चुअली मिस्टेक क्या है, इनकम्प्लीट है. चलो, आई थिंक वी हैड a decently good discussion on this. Maybe one more answer that has come up. That is from Arhan. No, बेटे. Arhan, तुमने तो दूसरे टाइप का मिस्टेक कर दी, वो नहीं चलेगा. ये नहीं चलेगा. Ishita has also sent. Let's see Ishita's. Ishita तुम्हारे एक आंसर तो सही है, लेकिन मैं एक्चुअली दूसरे के लिए वेट कर रहा हूँ सबका. चलो ठीक है, अब जाके दूसरे का सही आंसर दिया. किसने दिया? पर्ल ने सही दिया. ओ नहीं 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 नहीं, तुमने आंसर सही दिया लेकिन लिखा लगता है गलत है. अब पता नहीं, पर्ल तुमने कुछ क्या क्रिएट कर दिया, हेडिंग गलत दिया लग रहा है. चलो ठीक है. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's now quickly get into academic. See, the first graph is mod of log x. So therefore, log x graph we have already drawn. Log x graph is this one. Hello. So log x graph is this one. Y is equal to log x base 10. But if you do a mod over this, what does it mean? That means wherever y is positive, let it retain. And wherever y is negative, let it become opposite in sign. Because we have to make it forcibly positive. So therefore, this part will remain as it is. One or two more answers have come up. I don't know who is this, so I'm just going to write name here. Okay, शाश्वत. शाश्वत तुम्हारे एक ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट है, लेकिन वो भी पता है ना, तुमने थोड़ा सा ग्राफ का तरीका गलत यूज किया कि तुमने मिला दिया y एक्सिस के साथ, वो नहीं होगा. ठीक है. एट लास्ट अ फैंटास्टिक आंसर फ्रॉम पर आप तुम्हारे सही हो गए. ठीक है ना. चलो, तो लाइक मॉड करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? जो नेगेटिव हिस्सा है इसको पॉजिटिव करेंगे, so we just draw a mirror image, so it will become like this. And once I do this, then obviously I will remove the negative part. So this is your y is equal to mod of log x base 10. Now when it comes to y is equal to log of mod x base 10, you know what happens is that log is not defined for negative number or negative base. तो चलो बेस तो पॉजिटिव है, उसका तो कहानी पहले खत्म हो गया, उसका तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. ठीक है ना. Navansh said कि reflect the down portion about x axis. Navansh, you are correct only for the first graph. That's what we did. We reflected the lower part in the positive domain. So that's what we did. But I was also asking the second one, and that is mod x. Now you know what happens is that earlier for negative value of x, there is no graph. Why? Because we cannot have number which is negative. But right now, because there is a mod, so even negative numbers will get allowed. So let's say if you have log 5 base 10, that is defined. Right now, even log minus 5 base 10 will be defined, because minus I'm going to do a mod on. So mod on that minus 5 will become what? 5 only. So the first graph will be like this, which is the standard graph. And due to the mod, I will draw another reflected graph of it here. So these will be two reflected images. So this time the gate has opened for even negative numbers also. So the gate has now opened for negative numbers also, as you can see out here. Now we can also have one final one, and that is, this will be easy of course now with the backdrop of discussion. Mod of log mod x base 10. Okay. So that would mean what? That in both the sections, the negative part, that is this one, these two parts, I mean, will get reflected. So I think that's an easy one to wind up. I mean, so we can draw it like this. So it will come like this, and then like this, and this will also come like this, and then like this. So if it is mod of log mod x base 10, there will be a small change, and that change is as you can see out. Fine. So that was a good discussion on log. I mean, there is one task that I would give you for homework, and that is now for each of these. Now, there are three possibilities. Either the log value will be a negative value, or a positive value, or will be equal to 0. In each of these three cases, find out the range or values, whatever that specific case it may be, for each of these three, I mean, find out the range of values of A and B for which, so find out either the range or values or both of A and B so that the log is positive, the log is negative, and the log is equal to 0. Now that's a homework. So these are the two homeworks that I've given. One is for that cylinder and the other is for this log. So maybe what you can do is that once you complete the homework, maybe just write it in a sheet of paper and as usual, send it across to this number, same number I've been repeatedly saying, 459. Okay. And let me see who all are doing it correctly and also diligent. Fine.
Sir, you are muted.
Sir, you are muted.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you are muted.
Fantastic weekend, though of course it's a curtailed weekend in the sense that Saturday to weekend wala flavor nahi mila hoga, but nonetheless still enjoy yourself. Don't be down crest or crestfallen that okay hamare weekend ke to aadha chala gaya. Don't have those spirits. I mean, always be spirited and energetic so that we have a fantastic discussion session on Monday as well. Chalo, that's it for today. Oh, I'm muted. Just a second. Just a second. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Just to wind up, I mean, I know it's a slightly curtailed weekend at your end. Nonetheless, stay energetic and let's meet on the next class and carry on with our discussion. Have a great weekend. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and have a great day. Great weekend also. Bye-bye. Thank you, Lavanya, Karthik, Pearl, Vishwas. Many of you have sent the messages, I mean.